Phoenix Audio presents Cold Hearted by Beverly Barton. Narrated by Lisa York. Pattern of Victims. You already know that Daniel Price was not Jordan Price's first husband, don't you? Malia asked. Yeah, Rick said. So what? She was a widow when she married the senator. So now at the ripe old age of 34, she's been widowed twice. Actually, she was almost widowed 3 times. Explain. When she was 21, she was engaged to a man named Robbie Joe Wright. 3 weeks before their wedding, he died in a 1-car accident. Then a few years later, when the lady was in her late 20s, she lost husband number 1, Boyd Brannon, in a hunting accident. And now, her second husband supposedly committed suicide. Odd, don't you think, that the 3 men who loved Jordan Price have died? Are you saying you think she killed all 3 men? Maybe. Possibly. I'm going to dig deeper and find out if she gained financially from Robbie Joe Wright's death, or Boyd Brannon's death. Want to bet me that she did? A sick feeling hit Rick in the pit of his stomach. If I was sure the lady was innocent, I'd take you up on that bet. But you're not sure, are you? You're wondering just like I am, if maybe Jordan Price is a black widow. Prologue. Perhaps the best thing he could do for himself and everyone he loved was to commit suicide. Dan Price stared at the Glock pistol lying atop his desk. He had bought the 9mm automatic for his wife, but she had refused the gift, politely reminding him of her aversion to guns. But at his insistence, she had gone with him to the practice range and learned to use the weapon, only to please him. But to his knowledge, she had never carried the pistol, never kept it in her room or in her car. If his sweet Jordan had any idea he was contemplating taking his own life, she would do her best to convince him that no matter what the future held, she would stand by him. It was her basic integrity and loyalty that had first attracted him to the woman who had become his greatest political asset. Dan lifted the half-full glass of Kentucky bourbon to his lips and finished off the remainder. The liquor burned a path down his esophagus and hit his belly like fire. He coughed a couple of times, then wiped his mouth, picked up the bottle, and poured himself another drink. If he was going to do this, and he fully intended to end his life tonight, he knew he couldn't do it stone-cold sober. He wasn't that courageous. Before he could put the hammer-forged barrel into his mouth and pull the trigger, he needed to be more than a little drunk. He sipped on the bourbon as he leaned back in the swivel desk chair and let his gaze travel over the room.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?